Sergeant Vincent Cole, Vincent. My last name is Cole, Cole. I'm a sergeant with the Phoenix Police Department Public Affairs Bureau. This afternoon, right around 3:30 p.m., we received calls of shots fired in the area of 9600 North Metrocenter Parkway East. Officers arrived on scene, and we learned that there was two adult males that were involved in an altercation inside of the Walmart. One of those males stepped out and fired rounds back into the Walmart at who he was having an altercation with, but unintentionally. Preliminarily, we're trying to figure out what exactly occurred here, but it appears that he unintentionally struck an adult. Transported to a hospital, and her injuries have been deemed to be non-life threatening. We had an officer that was off duty here, working off duty in an off-duty capacity, that was able to detain the shooter. So right now we have two males detained, and that's the two males that were initially involved in the altercation, and the adult female whose injuries have been deemed to be non-life threatening. So what you may be seeing here is a heavy police presence, but what we did was we cleared the Walmart to ensure that A, there was no one outstanding and no victims were injured that were originally missed by medical personnel. Go ahead. Any questions?
Okay. So what is the connection between the two men you guys say were armed and ultimately started the shooting?
So we preliminarily know that they knew each other, but they're still trying to establish that relationship between the two of them.
And what's the relationship of the woman? And it sounds like that she's an innocent bystander, but do you have any other information?
We don't believe that she had any connection to those other two males.
Was she the only person that was hit?
Right, yes, she was. And again, thankfully her injuries are non-life threatening.
Do we know how many shots were fired?
Not at this time, ma'am. I don't have that info.
So that fight was like right inside the door?
It sounds that way, yeah, just inside. And then the person shot inside. But again, these two males knew each other, is what we believe, and we're still working to establish how.
And the off-duty officer he was working here?
He was working here, was able to take them into custody.
And how many times did he shoot at the suspect?
Did the officer shoot?
Yeah.
No officers fired any rounds.
Was the officer working secondary security, or was he back?
I believe he was working secondary security.
And suspect cars, I see a couple of cars inside some yellow tape. What does that mean?
So some of the tape you see around here was strung up just because we needed to get it up quick. Our investigators are going to work to figure out who was involved, what was involved, if there's any vehicles, anything like that. And I'll be releasing additional information through a media release later on.
Do we have the age of the woman who was hit?
We do not, other than her being an adult female.
Can you talk about what's going on inside the Walmart? We talked with a lot of witnesses. There are a lot of people standing around walking. Are there lots of people in the store, or is it cleared right now?
Vince, are you talking about the time of the shooting or right now?
Right now.
Right now, we had cleared, unless they had reopened it, we had cleared them out just again to make sure we do a thorough search, to make sure there's nobody outstanding as far as suspects and no other additional victims that are injured.
Did it happen on the grocery or the home and pharmacy?
I believe it happened on the right-hand side of the store there.
Can you just wrap it up and then we'll email later about anything?
Right, that's the information I have right now, but I'll be sending information later on through a media advisory. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to send them to me.
Do you know where that woman was hit?
I'm sorry, sir?
Do you know where that woman was hit?
I don't. I don't.
Any description on the two guys at any age or anything like or anything?
So at this time, we're releasing two adult males. But again, all this information is preliminary and it's subject to change, because it's still pretty early on in the investigation.
Can you just give us a wrap up of what you just did so we can just go over it again just real quick?
Sure. You want me to repeat? Okay. So around 3:30, we received a call of shots fired here at the store. Officers arrived. We were able to contact two males that we detained and found an adult female victim who had sustained a gunshot wound. She was transported to a local hospital where her injuries were deemed to be non-life threatening. Again, very active scene, and we're probably going to be out here for a little bit, although I anticipate the presence to get a little smaller.